All right, so the next movie is called Equal Standard, all right? This is a New York City film about police brutality. It stars Tobias Truvelon and Selena Johnson. And go ahead and roll the clip.
Try to go be a good cop. There's not many of us left.
I just stopped by to see my daughter.
Another young black male dead in his 20s due to the lack of training in the capability.
They come in our community, they kill our young black men, and they walk out without a scratch?
Fucking finish your life right now, motherfucker.
We have to blame ourselves too sometimes.
What you talking about?
Them white cops are scared too.
Floor seats for the Knicks. Couple models going on.
Especially with all this shit going on, these police keep killing us out here in these streets like this.
Police!
I'm a cop.
You got a badge. Let you talk to people like that.
Step back! Step the fuck back!
What are you gonna do about this motherfucking nigger cop that shot my son?
Your eyes open. Not everybody's in favor of the turnout.
Oh, you want revenge? You're a fucking man.
Step out of the car. You niggas be over like Rick.
Josh's fingerprints were found at the scene.
Charge him.
They're not so much scared of the guns that we bust off. They're scared of us uniting.
You don't fucking tell me now you'll never see your wife and son again.
One thing I can say that speaks volumes to young people and cops is that we can come together.
We have a warrant for your arrest.
Families are broken because of you both.
Will not face any criminal charges in the shooting death of Williamson. He was unarmed at the time.
No, I don't need nobody else. Do white cops hate black people?
I'm gonna shoot this motherfucking cop!
So I'm just gonna love myself.
So, Equal Standard. I really wanted to love and respect this movie. I went in with the best of intentions. The day of the release, I ordered the movie. I spent my money to see it, and I was disappointed at what the end result was. I think the movie was all over the place. It had no point of reference. It was like every bad thing that ever happened to a black person by the police, they decided to put it into one movie. Characters showed up with no relevance whatsoever. Some people was just there to die. There was other parts of the movie that didn't connect with other parts of the movie. I didn't understand it. It was poorly directed, but it had a really good look. So the director of photography, the cinematographer, had a really great eye, so it looked really good. But again, a good-looking movie can't hold me. You really have to tell me a good story and give me some decent acting, and I'm with you. But this movie didn't do any of that. It was, I won't call it a bad movie, but it wasn't a good one. All right, so actually, I kind of totally disagree with my boy right here. I actually really like this movie. And I found that it pulled me in once again, and that's not easy to do. Now, my brother said that it was, not the best acting. There was some thing about it is that there was some good acting in it, and there was some like not so good acting in it. But I actually like the story, and I think when he says that there's stuff from all over the place, it's because this was a film that kind of like how Oliver Stone does films. He's telling a narrative. They were trying to tell a narrative about police brutality in New York City from something where it never comes from the black or the people of color point of view. And I think they did a fantastic job of doing that. I really liked it. At some points, I found myself yelling at the screen, not in like anger, but in like, yes, like, so I really, really like this movie.
And I really got into it, and I felt that it was a great way of telling the story of how the other side, it tried to see everything, but it told a good job of telling the victim's point of view of police brutality. So that's my point.
So I kind of dug where it was going. Like, I even like the references of the event taking place on June 16th, which was Tupac's birthday. I get all of that. I think Selena Johnson did a phenomenal job as an actress. She totally impressed me. Some of the work was really great in terms of acting, but in terms of a cohesive story, I gotta say the story just wasn't there for me. I would have loved to see it where the radio should have started the movie, and all of this should have taken place as a part of, hey, we need to get this radio back, and this is why we're in the hood and we're doing all this, and all these things are happening, because these things were happening random with no attachment. It didn't make sense. The gang members didn't make sense. I didn't know where they came from. There was a part where, and I'm sorry if I'm giving a spoiler, but it was a part when they locked up Tretch and they locked up the other gang member, and the next day they was back out on the street. I don't know if they were informants. I don't know what their situation was, but they were back on the streets. That, to me, that's just poor storytelling, and I just got turned off. But I will say the scenes with Selena Johnson in it was very gripping. The opening scene when the two guys were fighting and the cops ran up and they got shot, very gripping. The scene when Tobias was shot, very gripping. The scene with the brother arguing in the jail cell, gripping. But these were scenes that were far and few between in a otherwise disjointed movie.
Well, once again, I agree with you on the good parts that you said, but I felt all in all, it really told the story. And being a New Yorker myself, I think that the casting for the police was great. They really felt like these cocky, snarky ass police officers, and it really felt like what really goes on here in the city. And not all movies have to have this direct narrative. This. It was very.
But this shit ain't had no. This wasn't even. This wasn't even a disjointed.
To me, it was an open-ended movie that talked about just the atmosphere of police brutality in the city, more so than a narrative of this straight, direct narrative. So we disagree, Big Joe. I liked it.
All right, I won't call it bullshit, but the motherfuckers owe me $9.99.
All right, so I'm gonna give it 3. I'm gonna give it 3.5. I'm gonna give it 3 gorillas.
Well, all right. I'm gonna give it 3 gorillas.
Well, then, since I obviously liked it more than him, I'm changing mine, and I'm going to give it 3.5 gorillas because I got a 1 this motherfucker up. All right, so I'm giving it 3.5 gorillas.
Well, shit, goddammit, I could have gave it 2.5 gorillas.
Well, you didn't.
But I will say this though. What I respect the fact of the creator of the project, and I love what he's done with it. So I don't want to disparage anybody from not going to see it. Please go see it. Support. Support this brother. This is his first directorial, but he has. I love his eye. I love what he was trying to do. It's just that to me, he didn't do a really great job on this particular story. But I see that in the future, he will do some wonderful, wonderful work. So support him and go see that movie.
I liked it, and I thought that he did a great job of highlighting how absolutely horrible the NYPD can be. Not that they are, can be.